Batman and Dark Knight is a movie that I've frankly heard so much about. It's really critically acclaimed, made by Christopher Nolan, and has the Joker by Heath Ledger, which may he rest in peace, but unfortunately died 2 months after the movie stopped filming. And so really going into it, there's so much emotion and background and history that there is in this movie, and I was really interested and curious to see it. I've also heard that it is better than the Batman Begins, the first movie in the trilogy. Now, honestly, off the bat, I think I like the first movie better, and I'll explain in a minute. But really going over Batman The Dark Knight, I think it was an outstandingly great movie. I mean, from one of the most terrifying villains ever, and it's just like, in a movie, this was probably the hardest for me to dissociate the actor from the character. I'm just thinking like, that is a human being that is playing this messed up, disfigured, just pure hatred and just like, it really did feel like that. Like, that's the best way I can really capture the feeling that I had while watching it. And I think that just shows how much he devoted his soul to it. And while I've heard a lot of stories that, you know, he killed himself because of this role, after doing some research, it seems like he was just taking some medicine that just happened to coincide with each other, made a dangerous volatile mixture, and he passed away from that. So may he rest in peace, because apparently he was really happy filming his other movie. But just the fact that one of the characters did pass away adds a whole nother dynamic to the movie watching experience, and just seeing it myself just made it feel so much more raw and realistic, which is scary to say, but it is completely true, and he did a fabulous job. I'm so happy that he won an Oscar for this. He completely deserved it. He had the best performance of the whole movie by far. Blew Christian Bale out the water, and I feel like that's one thing about that Batman character, is because he has that duality of being Bruce Wayne, you know, the very egotistical, young, rich, billionaire guy, and then he's also this very scary, just down to make his city a better place Batman character. And I feel like there's only so much you can do with that, and we really already explored that in the first movie, so I think that stuff was kind of just repeated. So really how this movie stands apart from the first one is solely because of the villain. And I will say Joker is much better than Scarecrow that we had in the first movie, as well as the other guy, Ra's al Ghul, which I didn't really believe him in the first movie, I won't lie, but I just felt like that first movie had more zing to it. The beginning, the origin story really made me understand Batman on a deeper level. But I won't lie, this movie obviously was really, really good. Again, it has only made me like Batman more, so I think it's just shout out to Christian Bale because he did his thing in this movie as well. But it's just a different feel than the first one, and I've heard the third one is even crazier, so I'm looking forward to watching that, The Dark Knight Rises. But yeah, honestly, I did really enjoy this movie. So I feel like the more I'm thinking about and talking it through, I am starting to understand how it was different than its predecessor, but nothing less TBH. I had rated it a 4.5 out of 5 stars on my Letterboxd. Quick shameless plug to go look at that. I rated the first movie a 5 out of 5. So maybe I would flip the 2. Because it really just is the twisted nature of the Joker that makes this movie what it is. And the lengths that he's willing to go to, the dialogue and the cinematography is absolutely brilliant. I mean, Christopher Nolan has to make a return to superhero movies. He would single-handedly save the genre. I'd like to see a team up with him and James Gunn. They would really cook something up for that new DCU. But honestly, it has me really looking forward to that new Odyssey movie that he is working on, because I know they have, I think, Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya for that too, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon. They have like a whole slew of superstars for that. But honestly, I feel like just watching this movie made me ask, like, where did we go wrong with superhero movies? Like, I know the Marvel formula is a lot more childish and juvenile and more comedic, but there's something about the gritty nature of Christian Bale just beating Joker up, and Joker is laughing and having the time of his life because he's like 10 steps ahead. Like, we don't make villains like we do anymore. And that's, I mean, obviously that's a good thing in real life. But like in the TV shows, in the movies, like, I don't think I've seen anyone as twisted as Joker has been. And I feel like that made it so much more interesting, and like, our main character might not win. Although I will say the one thing that held this movie back, in my opinion, is the ending. Now, I felt like that was a cop-out just because it was, maybe they were really trying to set up for the third movie, but this ending didn't really like make me feel like the last movie did. I feel like this one was more up in the air. Like, will we get green light for a third movie? Will we not? Like, I feel like it was like, it wasn't like a hard hitter, like not like that first movie. But please let me know in the comments down below which one is your favorite out of the three. I will be watching the third one and doing a review on here. You can count on that. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.